Yo, it's Jymmy Kafka. I'm here with DJ Toasty Z on Hip Hop Made Me Do It.
Thought stream on apocalyptic. Ironic that it block eclipses, rockets, visions of buildings twisting, locking lips and causing rifts from a longing of that posture shift. But a loss of wits amidst the smog and falling brick deposits often causes rich symbolic splits in logic which demolish polished common sense. Between the drama, politicians feast on honest men.
DJ Toasty Z, you already know. We're live with Jymmy Kafka at the Sinclair. I don't know if you can hear it, but we got some Jymmy Kafka playing in the background. Coffee with Kafka, if you will.
Let's go.
We gotta get that clink in there. So I'm glad we could, make this happen. And like I said, I've been watching you from afar and seeing the stuff you've been doing with Dana. Just to start off, if you had to say who is Jymmy Kafka?
Yeah, I mean, it's just an expression of myself, basically. Just the way I interpret how I see things. Just the closest part of myself, hopefully.
Yeah, for sure. And like I said, we were talking. Would you say Kafka is an inspiration of yours, or?
Yeah, somewhat. Yeah, like we were saying, not so heavily. Definitely really into his writing and just I don't know, the tone of his stuff, the way you could take something like that, and I don't know. Yeah, but I'm influenced by a lot of people, I would say.
Yeah, for sure. What about him? Like you said, his tone. Is there anything in particular you really draw from him?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, just being able to take things that are almost mundane and turning it into a parable of sorts,
Yeah.
Just I really appreciate that in writing. The full story is what it's about,
Mm-hmm.
Not specific things, but they also mean things too. So.
Yeah, for sure. And have you lived your whole life in the Boston area?
Yeah, well, pretty much, yeah. I mean, I was born in Framingham, Mass, and I grew up there. I would go every year to Texas where my dad lives.
Awesome.
So I spent a lot of time going back and forth, but I spent most of my time out here.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not as familiar with Framingham. What was it like growing up there?
It's pretty cool, man. Honestly, it's just a really diverse area. Different. You just meet so many different people, and then I don't know. It's rural, and then it's kind of city, and I don't know. It's a great place to grow up.
For sure. And I'm curious, you've like I said, lived in the Boston area for almost your whole life. What would you say makes it home? What would you say your favorite part about living in Boston is?
It's tough, man. I mean, Boston is a weird place, I'm not gonna lie. Especially when you're trying to do artistic things. It's just a strange area. So
what makes you say that it's weird?
I don't know. It's just you don't really, until recently, you don't know of good things coming out of Boston.
Yeah.
It's just I feel it's not the heaviest in the arts. It's heavy in school,
Yeah, for
science,
sure.
But
things are starting to bubble now, though.
Yeah, definitely. That's not something I like about Boston. So, I'm kind of conflicted by Boston right now. That's kind of why I said that.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just curious.
I mean, I love being from the East Coast.
Yeah, definitely.
East Coast skateboarding and stuff.
I
always appreciate that. So.
For sure. And I noticed you do a lot of skateboarding and stuff in your music videos and clips. How'd you get into skateboarding?
To be completely honest, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3.
There you go.
I was I think I was 8 or 9. Me and my brother just got a board from Toys R Us. It was a Dragon Ball Z board, and we just passed it off. That's how we learned, and we learned to ollie in my house in the winter.
For sure.
And it just stuck with us ever since then.
That's dope. And it's interesting because I've talked to a lot of rappers that have been skaters as well. Black Dave is a skater. Now he's starting to rap. And I was interviewed Remy Banks and Richie Beans. And it's just really interesting, I think, the parallels between the rap world and skating world.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's insane because, skateboarding is a lot about style, obviously.
Yeah, for sure.
And, content, of what you're doing in the context. It's just another art form that you can, tap into very personally, and same thing with music. So.
Yeah. And you actually got some like brand deals skating and stuff like that too?
Yeah, somewhat. I mean, I kind of like work with a couple brands and stuff,
Yeah.
and just have been cool with people who like do brands and stuff like that. Like,
For sure.
Yeah, like Oyster. I've been rocking with them for a while. It's my friend Curtis. Shout out Curtis.
You already know. Were you ever good enough at skating where you like considered like going pro, or like was that ever in the cards, or?
I mean, I kind of when I was younger, I really thought that would be sick. Like I really wanted to do that, but now I just want to skate and get as good as I can, just have fun. Mm-hmm. I mean, everything is so different now, you know?
For sure.
Like, even with being, like, a rapper now or, like, being, like, a pro skater now, it's just, like, you don't have to be necessarily the best, or you do, you know?
Yeah.
I think, like, you can make anything out of what you have. So, like, I don't think I'm going to get to, like, the top tier pro level, but, like, you know, I want to, like, work with brands and skate as much as possible.
Exactly. So it's like, I know that's the thing is like, there's certain rappers that are like, you know, they're going to be the best at rapping, and they might skate on the side, and because of that, they have a personality that like brands will, you know, fuck with and do things with, and you know, like one thing I've realized is like, I don't have to be the best at everything, but I can use like, I don't think I'm going to be like a great videographer or like amazing photographer, but I can use that to like help me along the way. And do it just because I enjoy it, you know, and
for real,
use it to my advantage, you know, because everyone's always looking for like a videographer or a photographer that, you know, they're grateful for any photos they can get, you know,
for real.
So, let's see, we're going skating. We'll bring it back a little bit. I'm curious, like, how would you say Boston has like living in Boston has influenced not only yourself but your music?
Very greatly, I would say. Like, a lot of the shit I've been writing recently, I'm kind of just like putting my direct experience into it. You know?
For sure.
And that has been here in Boston, so it's like the backbone of that, you know. So yeah, and just, you know, different people meeting, like fucking Dark World and shit. Like meeting those kids out here. Like, we're from the same part of the country, so it's like we kind of rock the same way, you know, in a certain sense.
Yeah, definitely. So we're switching up the camera angle. We're switching it up again. Let's see, where were we? Yeah, like I said, the Boston scene has kind of been on the rise. And I'm curious, like, how would you characterize the Boston scene?
It's so hard to. There's a lot of people doing shit now. It's like in different ways too. Like, not everybody's trying to sound the same, which is like really cool, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I feel like I hear about a new artist like every day almost, you know, that I've never heard of, and yeah, I don't know, it's pretty tight. I mean, it's hard to pinpoint it really.
Yeah, for sure. I'm curious what you think you bring to the scene out here, and just bring to the hip hop scene in general. Like, what's something unique you feel like you bring to the scene?
I'm just trying to bring my own vibes, like, you know, just be as genuinely myself as possible, like with my music and stuff. So,
sure,
you know, just hoping that can be understood. That's about it.
Authenticity. That's the backbone of what hip hop's all about. You know?
Yeah, it should be at least.
Yeah. I mean, it's like the artists that are, you know, themselves and just, you know, people being their weird selves and like really expressing their personality. You see, there's so many like eccentric personalities nowadays that are coming out and, you know, just doing their own thing, not worried about fitting into anything. You know.
Yeah. So. That's what makes it what it is. Right?
Yeah.
Like, the more that you are yourself, like, the more people can attach to it. Like,
Exactly.
I can maybe be myself that much.
Exactly. You can only front so much, and like, you know, saying you're gonna get exposed, or you know, people aren't gonna connect with your stuff if it's not like coming from a place, you know, within you.
Right. Or at least like not for a long time. Like, trendiness is a thing, but you know, I feel like timelessness is worth more. You know?
Definitely. I think the best artists are able to, you know, kind of, you know, they're always. You know, there's going to be that trendy sound that comes and goes, but the best artists really connect with people and, you know, are able to develop and change their sound, but stay true to themselves, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Exactly.
I'm curious, like, when did you, like, start getting into making music?
Yeah, like, honestly, I didn't get into rap for a while, like, to, like, actually rapping.
Okay.
I started rapping in, like, 2012, something like that, and, but, like, I was always kind of musically inclined and stuff, like, you know, in, like, grade school and shit. Like, I played, like, saxophone, like, that type of stuff. I was, like, I would like write poetry and shit.
Yeah.
I didn't actually listen to rap for a long time either too. Like I only listened to rap like maybe mid high school, you know, like obviously here or there certain things, but
yeah, for sure.
I was more into like certain like indie rock or just like random
nice for
shit.
Sure.
Yeah.
For sure. And is there a specific like artist or that you remember listening to first, like really got you into
for hip hop? Yeah, definitely. I mean, MF Doom, really.
For sure.
Yeah, and like Aesop Rock, like yeah, those were like the first artists where I'm like, wow, I did not know you could do that with this genre. So I'm like, yeah, that was like the inspiring point. Figaro by MF Doom is probably like the song that was like, all right, I really like rap.
Yeah, that's dope. And I hear like that some of that in some of your music, especially the stuff you've done with like Rilla Force. Like he has very like quirky production.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's unique about your sound is that you're a traditional lyricist, but you also hop onto tracks that, you know, most people would not necessarily flow over because they're kind of quirky or a little out there, but you're able to make it own. Like I said, what's that song? On Set, I think, or not on.
Is it like that I put out recently?
It's new.
Yeah. Part of me.
Part of me. Part of me, and then like I was listening, like I was just on the drive here. I was just going through your SoundCloud, and I was listening to you did like a remix of like Hall & Oates, like Rich Girl.
Oh yeah.
That must have been some older shit, but like it's like it's dope. You know, most people wouldn't think to hop on something like that. You know, so
yeah. I mean, I'm open. You know.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see what else. What do we got here? And what would you say like the focus of your music is? Like, what kind of topics do you touch on?
I aim for real shit, basically. I mean, basically, like.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. I've been finding that I just want to say things that I feel like I would say, that I feel, you know.
Yeah.
So then that translates, you know.
Yeah.
Or just like things I think are like funny or like that I could say. I don't know, you know.
Yeah. No, it's just funny because mad artists are like, when I ask them that, just like real shit, you know. So it's like, but it's like, I don't know. For each person, their real shit is different from other people's real shit, you know. Right. Like, so a day in the life of one person is different from the day in the life of another person. So
absolutely, yeah, exactly. That's why it's important to like speak your truth, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's all I try to do.
There you go. And I'm also curious, like, how did you originally connect with like the West Mass scene? Like, how did that come about?
So they were kind of friends with some of my friends from Providence.
Okay, yeah.
Clocks King and like Griffin and stuff. We ended up doing a show with Lucas and Morimoto in like 2012, basically, when we just started.
The early times.
Yeah, it was like in Worcester, like a house show.
Word.
Not many people there. It was like just us, and we're like fucking with each other's music. We were like, you know, and like just from there, we were just like, you know, good friends, like over the internet or wherever we like cross paths and shit, and we just continued to do it. Yeah. So yeah. Known those guys for a little bit, and you know, just slowly met everybody else through just doing shows together and shit like that.
Definitely. Yeah. It was interesting because like I was roommates with Eric, and like just it was a whole different world that I wasn't exposed to. Like, you know, just all these people that like, you know, going to UMass, it's like kind of isolated from the rest of like the Amherst scene and like the people, but it's like. It was cool to see those two worlds kind of collide, you know?
It's wild, dude.
Yeah.
I still haven't even been out to Amherst. Like, I've never been out there. I gotta go out there.
We gotta, I'm thinking about putting on some shows, so
I'm down.
We need to get you on a bill.
Super down, man.
Yeah.
Definitely.
No doubt. And I also saw you did a little bit of, like, modeling.
Yeah.
For Carhartt, the Bodega, for the Bodega, like... is that something you do a lot, or how'd that come about? Was that just like a one-off thing you were doing, or?
I did a shoot for them before that for Sasquatch Fabrics.
Okay.
Like, one of my friends, Tyler, he's just like a dope photographer.
Yeah.
He's cool with the Bodega peeps and stuff.
That's
and,
awesome.
Yeah, he just asked me to be in it. That shoot went well, and then we did the Carhartt one, and it was wicked cool. Yeah,
yeah, for sure.
I don't know all of them too well, but they're all mad chill, and it's a dope spot. It's like one of the coolest stores in Boston.
Definitely,
so I'm really happy to be a part of that.
Yeah, for sure. That was one of the first things because I was living here this summer. That was like one of the first things I did was went over there because, you know, it's a unique place, you know?
Absolutely, yeah.
It was actually funny because I went in and they had I went to go get it. There was a specific jacket, and they didn't have my size. So I looked online, and I was like, they had one in stock, and I was like, you know what, I'll just order it online. And the weirdest thing was that they like delivered it at like on a weeknight at like 11 p.m.
Word.
And I was like, this is super weird. It's almost like they like drove it from the store. They're like,
They're a bunch of hustlers, man. They do
yeah. For sure. I was like, I don't think FedEx delivers this late at night, you know? So it was a kind of funny thing. But yeah, they're super dope. Shout out the Bodega, you already know.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do a piece on them, you know?
Sure.
If you see this, let me know.
Yeah. I'll reach out to whoever possible. Like,
Yeah, for sure. You never know. It's like all these interviews, like they all build on each other. Like, you know, there's some of like the biggest interviews I've done were like some of the easiest to book just because it was like, you know, the connection's already there after a while, and you know, it builds on itself.
Definitely.
So, I also saw a little clip of you performing at the Museum of Fine Arts.
Yeah.
What's the story behind that? How'd that happen?
Like, so randomly. Like, so they do these like overnight events. MFA. I don't know if that was an overnight, but so just me and my girl pulled up to it. Like, we knew they were doing a little like, thought it was an open mic, but it was kind of like an open mic battle type of thing.
Yeah, for sure.
We went, me and my girl went through the back door while it was going on.
Yeah.
And we were like, we're here to be on the show. Like, we just kind of like, like it wasn't on the show at all.
Your way in.
Yeah, basically. And we're like, okay, well, she said she's in there, but I'll just put you guys on the list. Like, and like, all right, cool. We just slid in, and then, we just went over to the stage and like, hey, can I like do a song or something? And like, yeah, you can't like be in the contest, but we can just like put you in to do a song. Like,
did you know this was did you go there specifically to be a part of it, or like?
Yes and no. Like,
I didn't know if you just like wandered onto it and you're like, oh, let's do this.
Yeah, I forget if we like learned about it the day before or like the same day.
Yeah.
But yeah. And we just walked up in there.
It's very impromptu.
Yeah, absolutely. It worked out.
Yeah, for sure. And I know, like, you and Lucas ended up opening up for Post Malone at URI. What was that experience like?
Really dope. That was, like, a highlight so far, you know?
For sure.
It was honestly because of this place. Like, my homie Josh Body, he's, like, the CEO of Bowery. And, like,
word.
Yeah.
That's lit.
So, like, I was asking him if I could open up for Designer here, like, just over in the venue. And he's like, yeah, we can see about that, but do you want to open for Post Malone this Friday at URI, like whatever? I'm like, okay, sure. And like, I'm so dope, like, you know, got paid food and shit, and it's like 2,500 people.
For sure.
So that was like the biggest show I've done thus far.
For sure. And did you get to meet Post Malone?
Yeah.
Very,
very briefly. Like, he was kind of like,
he's all, you know,
in transit.
on the move.
Yeah.
He seems like a very like chill dude. Like, down to earth, you know.
Yeah.
For sure.
Definitely weird dude for sure, but like
weird in the best way.
Yeah, exactly. You got to be weird to be like that.
Yeah, he could have been like easily been like a country star or any other, you know, like.
Yeah.
Have you seen some of his early covers of like Bob Dylan and stuff like that? Like
kind of here or there, but I don't know if I've like looked back on it too much. Like
I don't know, it's pretty crazy, you know.
So. Yeah, he's a good singer. Like that's his thing.
You have a new project coming out soon, right?
Yeah.
Could you tell what can we expect from that? What's the give us the deets?
Okay, so it's a 3-track EP. Produced by Real Force. It's like loose. It's pretty much. It's called 35A, and that was the. It's like my apartment number that I like grew up in Framingham, and it's kind of like my descent from there to like moving to the city and like starting to make moves, basically, just loosely, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's got like a lot of references to this this like short film that was made by Maya Deren. It's called Meshes of the Afternoon.
Oh, word.
So like I just kind of like subtly referenced that. I just was like inspired by certain things, and I like felt it in the beats and stuff. Lucas is actually on one of the tracks, the middle track in there.
Nice.
Yeah, and that's just kind of like a prelude to this full project that I have coming called Disentanglements.
Awesome. Well, looking forward to both of those. Let's see. Do I have any other questions? I have a couple. I think one or two more. I'm curious. What would you say, like, going forward? You know, next year or so. Where will Jymmy Kafka be in a year? What's the plan?
The plan is to make as much music as possible and just try to make it as good as possible. Like, I really want to perform a lot and tour and shit. Like people who I've been working with are, making some good moves, and like we're all
sure.
just trying to like keep hustling and keep grinding.
Shit's bubbling on the low,
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure. Awesome. Well, once again, DJ Toasty Z, Hip Hop Made Me Do It. We're chilling with Jymmy Kafka. Coffee with Kafka.
Let's go.
Got to do thing.
Part of me blowing my spliff, that's part of me going adrift. Part of me, it's a part of me. Part of me, part of me. Yeah. Flow from the heart to the arteries. You shouldn't regret what you started when begging their pardon and asking them pardon me. Just pardon me.
Oh, word, that's lit. You already know, we're living it big. We're living it big.
Rappers in restaurants drinking coffee.
There we go.